Hi, my name is Maja Karolina. Welcome to my channel and to this practice for opening your hips that can be particularly helpful in exactly this position with your legs crossed. If you experience any discomfort in this position or maybe your knees don't reach the floor, this practice will definitely help you, especially if you like to practice meditation. I really recommend practicing hip openers because it can make the meditation easier for you, and because basically we will be able to sit longer in this position without any strain. Okay, so let's begin in a tabletop position in which your hands are just under the shoulders and your knees are under the hips. And let's do a few bending and rounding of your spine. So on the inhale, open your chest. Lengthen the front of your neck, bring your shoulder blades together, and on the exhale, round your spine, bring your head between the shoulders, tucking your pelvis. And inhale, cow position, and exhale, cat. And inhale, cow, and exhale, cat. And continue this movement in your own pace, synchronizing it with the pace of your own breath. And one more time, inhale and exhale, cat. And go back to center, and now raise your left leg up with your knee bent, and let's do a few circles with your knee in the air. Right? You're trying to imagine that you are drawing big circles with your knee in the air, moving your left hip joint. So you can do it as slowly as possible, but try to make this movement precise and really experiencing the whole range of movement, of motion in your hip joint. Okay, and let's move to the other direction. Moisturizing the hip. Okay, and bring your left knee back down to the mat, and the same for the other side. So the right leg up and a few circles for the right hip, drawing circles with your right knee in the air. Okay, and the other direction. And bring your right knee back down to the mat. You can sit for a moment on your heels to give a little bit of rest to your glutes, and go back up. Now we enter directly from here Malasana. So bring your right foot on the outer side of your right hand and the left foot outside of your left hand, bringing your hips down. Right, Malasana, wide yogic squat. Your heels should be on the mat. So if you don't reach with your heels to the mat, you can put a blanket under them or maybe even a yoga block. And bringing your hands together in front of your chest, pushing your elbows against the knees. And try to lengthen your spine, lengthen the back of your neck, pulling the top of your head towards the ceiling, and opening your hips. Let's take a few breaths in this position. And now bringing your hands down to the mat. Let's rock a few times from right hip to the left, giving them even more movement. Yeah, if they make sounds like mine, then it means they like it. Okay, and stop in the center and bring your butt down to the mat, bringing your legs out in front of you with your knees bent. And now we are going to bring both of your knees to the right side and then to the left side. And your hands are together in front of you. We are not supporting this position with the hands in the back. Try to do this really with your whole body. And again, slow and precise movement. So try to see if you can really touch with both knees to the ground. If this is impossible for you, then make sure that you are still doing it to the full range possible for you today. Okay, and one more time to the right and to the left. And then to the right. Sorry, I'm moving forward without my will. So when you are now with both of your knees on the right side, bring your left hand on the right knee and the right hand up over your head to lengthen the right side of your body. And try to make a little bend towards the left leg. And you can probably feel this stretch starting from your right hip. And then go back to center. And now bring your both of your knees to the left side, the right hand on the left knee, and the left hand up over the head, bending the body towards the right leg only a little bit, only until you start feeling a deep stretch in the left side of your body, beginning in your left hip. And a calm inhale and exhale, and go back to center. And now bring your legs to sit in a cross-legged position. So either your feet are under your knees. This is one option. And the other option, more challenging, will be to bring your left ankle on top of your right knee and the left knee on top of your right ankle. If you have a space here like me, then you can use a yoga block to support your knee. We really want this position to happen from the hips. It's the hips that should be so open that I can open my legs. It's not about the knee. I don't want to push the knee because it can hurt you basically. So the support of the block is really important. If this is impossible for you, then it's obviously okay to just put your left ankle under your right knee. And in this position, we are going to try to bend forward. So bringing your hands in front of you on the floor and slowly trying to bring your belly first towards the legs, then your chest. And maybe only after you find your full range, you can then round your spine, bringing also your head down. Okay, and make sure that you can breathe in this position. In yoga, any position in which we cannot breathe is wrong. So we should always find the right adjustment for the body in which we can breathe, we can freely take an inhale. And maybe you can first enter the position only a little bit in a way that you feel only a little challenge. And then first try to relax. And only after relaxing, maybe you will find that you can deepen the position by 2 millimeters and then start relaxing there again. Very, very slow and gentle stretching. Okay, and slowly go back up and switch your legs. So now either your right leg is in front or the right leg is on top of the left one, depending on the position that you choose, Swastikasana or the double pigeon pose. Okay, and bring your hands in front of you and start bending forward with your spine long at first, really feeling this stretch in your right glute. Really strong hip opener in this position. And as low as you can go. Maybe you also want to round your spine, allowing your head also to drop down towards the mat. And just inhale and exhale. Make sure that your body can breathe in this position that you chose. And slowly raise back up and untangle your legs and bring them out again the same way as we entered. Now you can support yourself with the hands and go back to Malasana, bringing your hands together in front of your chest, lengthening your spine, and then raise your hands up over your head, and without changing the position of your spine, raise all the way up to a standing position. Okay, and from here bring your feet a little bit wider, and from here we will want to bring the hips down to the goddess pose. But before we do that, I want you to really pay attention to your hips, to your pelvis position. So you can imagine that your pelvis is like a bowl, and you have the top of the bowl is in your hip bones, and here in the pubic bone and the tailbone is the bottom of your bowl. And if you have this bowl here, you don't want to pour the water out, so you don't want to pour it from the front and also from the back, right? So we really want the pelvis to be all the time in the same position. We don't want to do this basically, right? So this is important. And also make sure that your knee is going directly over your foot. Okay, so when you have the position, start bringing your hips down as low as you can without changing the position of the pelvis, and bring your hands together in front of your chest. Goddess pose. And let's stay here for a few breaths, feeling the weight of your upper body pressing on your hips, helping us to open them. And see if you can also relax your breath in this position. And notice that your legs are working, your hips are working, but your upper body is relaxed. Okay, and 2 more breaths. Calm inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale, and extend your knees. And now bring your feet so that they are parallel to each other. And from putting your hands on the hips, bend forward to Prasarita. And bring your hands down to the mat. If you can't reach, you can use a block. Okay, and allow your head to also go down. Full weight of your upper body is just relaxed on the mat. You can grab your elbows. Just fully relaxed position while we are also opening the hips. Make sure that your body weight is rather in the front on your toes and not on your heels so much. Just relaxing. And inhale. And exhale. Okay, and now walk your hands to the front of the mat to bring your right foot back to downward facing dog with your knees bent first. So bring your belly towards your thighs and your thighs towards your belly. And the tailbone is shooting towards the sky, opening your shoulders. And from here you can maybe extend your left knee, bringing the left heel to the mat, and bend it, extending the right one. And you can alternate a few times, also working with the back of your legs. Okay, and from here, bring the right foot outside of the right hand and the left knee down to the mat, to the lizard pose, and try to make sure that you can relax in it. And maybe even if it's possible for you, you can walk the front foot a little bit forward so it is even farther than the right hand. Okay? And let's try to just relax here for a few breaths, allowing the hips to go all the way down. Again, the weight of your body is pushing the hips. You can go down to your elbows if it's possible for you. And even though the hips are working, we want the rest of the body to be relaxed as much as possible. Check if your jaw is relaxed and if you can take your breath in a relaxed way. Okay, and now slowly go back up to your hands. And now place the right hand on the right knee and allowing the right foot to flip to the right side of the foot. Try to push on the right knee a little bit, opening your right hip in a different plane. Okay, and slowly go back, put your right foot down on the mat and bring it a little bit forward now so that the knee is just above the ankle, and so that you can raise the body up and be balanced, and bring your arms up over your head for Anjaneyasana. Again, allowing the weight of your upper body to push your hips down, using the gravity to help us open the hips. Okay, and slowly bring your hands back down on the mat. And very, very slowly start bringing your hips back, extending the front leg, putting your front foot on the heel. And here, try to open your chest the same way as we did in the first position, the cow pose. Also lengthening your hamstrings a little bit. Okay, and put your right foot back on the floor, tuck your left toes, and raise your hips up back to the downward facing dog. And let's take a few breaths here. You can have your knees bent, or you can work with bringing them down to the mat, whichever option you prefer today. And now bring your left foot outside of your left foot, not food, outside of your left hand, and your right knee down to the mat. And again, try to open this position as much as it's possible for you. Maybe walking the left foot a little bit more to the front. And let's spend a few moments just breathing and relaxing in this position. Maybe going down to your elbows. Experiencing the lizard pose today. And again, maybe you can find the first level of the position possible for you today, and after relaxing in it, maybe you can deepen it by just 2 millimeters. Okay, and go back up to your hands. Now put your left hand on the left knee, allowing the left foot to flip to the left side of it, and push against your knee, opening your left hip even more. Okay, and slowly bring your left foot down to the mat and bring the left foot under the left knee so that you can raise up and raise the hands over your head. Anjaneyasana. Allowing the hips to go down to the mat, allowing the hips to open. Okay, and slowly bring your hands down to the mat and very, very slowly bring your hips back over your right knee and extend your left knee, bring the foot on the heel and try to open your chest like in the cow pose. And slowly bring your left knee together with the right one to sit on your heels. Okay, and now also bring your forehead to the ground for the child pose to rest for a few moments. After all of this hip opening, this position is pretty closed and opposite to help us balance the activity that we just did. Okay, and now raise up, bring your legs in front of you in a position that the soles of your feet are together, as close to your pelvis as possible. And from here, just try to lay your back down on the mat in the Supta Vada Konasana. Your hands alongside the body. And see if you can again relax here, allowing the knees to work with the gravity and drop towards the mat. You don't have to hold anything. You can just trust the gravity that it knows the perfect position for every single part of your body. All you do is breathe slowly, calmly, and your body is relaxed. Okay, and now very slowly bring your legs together. You can help yourself with your hands and bring your knees towards your chest. And you can rock a little bit from side to side. Okay, and also rock a few times back and forward. And one more time to raise all the way back to a seated position. And now you can check your cross-legged position. Is it easier for you, more comfortable, or maybe a knee can now reach the ground? Thank you for the practice together. Namaste.